Hello, this is J183, and this is round 6 of AOR this season, and we are at Monaco for the biggest challenge of the season, the Monaco Grand Prix in the Ferrari. You've got the loading setup here. It's going to be dry in the quali and in the race, luckily, so no need to worry about the weather. My practice was slightly more than normal, which isn't much, but it's a little bit. I did about 3 or 4 hours maybe before the race, whereas normally it's about 1 hour. So yeah, a little bit more prepared than normal. This is my first lap in quali. My PB was a 10.2, which isn't good, but it's also the first time I've ever driven Monaco with no line and on the wheel. So yeah, my first lap I cut turn 1, shock, and that's my lap over already. So I decided I just put the AOR S down, then went again at the end of the lap and started the next lap now. And going to brake for turn 1 again and cut it again, so that's another invalidated lap time. So yeah, not going great. Haven't got a banker in yet, but now going back towards the on my actual first run, I went back into the pits and picked a really for a new set of tyres. Coming through the last sector now, pretty good run, but Troy's not really in the way there. He just he got out of the way quite well. To be fair to him, it's difficult getting out of the way of cars on quick laps in Monaco, to be fair, and coming around the final corner now, a little bit oversteer, but we've kept out of the wall. And coming up to the line, it is going to be a 10.9, which is an okay banker lap. I've got a lot more time to find, and this is the start of my best lap in quali. And coming up to the line now, currently in 9th place. But as I said, there's more time to find braking. Just started under the white thing over the track for turn 1. Nice exit there, a little bit of oversteer, could have done it a little bit better, but now up towards Casino Square, braking just at the lamppost on the right and throwing it in, keeping it on the left and flicking it to the right for the next 2 corners and avoiding the bump there, and braking just at the grey thing on the left. And I'm purple in sector 1 currently, absolute scene, so I'm not sure if that's actually right. And now Lowe's hairpin, make sure to get it slowed down. It's a lot easier on the wheel than it ever was on the pad, so that's a nice thing this season. And going through the next few corners, a bit of oversteer there, so not the best run through there, but we're going to come down towards the tunnel now, accelerating up through the gears, and we're currently 3.5 tenths up, so it's been a good lap so far compared to my previous lap. And braking just at about 70 metres for the Novel chicane, turning in, trying not to cut it too much. We actually did it pretty well there and avoid the wall on the left. A little bit of oversteer, I don't really know how I lost on traction there. Braking just has 50 metre ball foot to back, a little brush with the wall, which isn't good, but through the swimming pool section, throwing it in, hoping to get over the curb and not hit the wall. Just about, we did that pretty well there. For Raskas, broke a little bit early, a little bit too slow through there as well, but now through the Lowe's, not Lowe's, the Anthony Nogues corner, and it's a decent lap overall, 6 tenths up, so it's going to be a big improvement to a 10.2, which is my PB, so I equal my PB in quali, which is never normally what happens, so I'm very happy with that. And now for the last lap, with a very good banker lap in, I decided to just absolutely go for it, and absolutely bottled it on the first corner, so I'm already 2.5 tenths down, so yeah. I didn't improve on this lap, unfortunately, but I'm just going to show you the lap anyway, because I actually went for it. Well, I tried going for it, but it turned out just to be really bad. But I'm currently in 7th, which I would absolutely take, because my quali is never very good. And around Monaco to get a 7th place start in the grid, it's a pretty good start, and hopefully I can be able to hold it in the race, but we'll wait and see. And coming through the very slow speed section now, the Dutchman goes pole with a 1:08.7, which is very quick. He's one of the fastest drivers in the tier, and yeah, that didn't go well, did it? I've lost my wing. Hopefully that isn't an omen for the race, but yeah, at the end of quali, still in 7th place actually, so Dutchman and pole from Ben and Pickless, and then everyone else was a second off. So really, I was quite high up, compared, like, out of I was only half a second off, like 4th, but obviously I'm not going to get that. And my teammate Fred isn't racing this week, so I've got to try and carry Ferrari, as I have been doing all season. He'll love that, but no, he's doing his best, but he's got pretty unlucky so far. And it's a one-stop strategy from the pink hyper softs to the super softs around lap 8, and the super softs can go basically the whole race, so it's not really an issue. And now you're going to put a little bit of fuel extra, but not too much. And now coming onto the 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, the most important start of the season. And it's lights out, and away we go from 7th place on the grid. It's a decent start, but a little bit too much wheel spin, and the 4th suspect is going to hold it around the outside, looks like. Going to try out the inside, but he's going to easily hold that. And I almost lost it into the wall on the inside there. Very active back end, and luckily we've held 7th place from George. And now through the next few corners, just keeping it clean, try not to crash is basically the aim at this point, because there's no way I'm making a move in the first few laps on the 4th suspect, so just try and keep it in 7th. Braking nice and early, don't go into the back of anyone, and George is right behind me. Hopefully he's not going to go for a move that is a stupid move. Obviously, if I'm going too slow and he goes for a fair move, that's fair enough, but yeah, hopefully he doesn't go for anything stupid. And now it's down into the tunnel, and we're still in 7th place, so it's a pretty decent start. Well, it's an average start, really. I've stayed the same place, which is what you expect around Monaco. I've not made a mistake yet, which is nice. And now down towards the Novel chicane, trying not to cut the corner. Obviously, getting penalties around Monaco is very easy. And it's a good way of gaining positions is to just not get a penalty. You're probably getting some positions at the end. Now through to back. I've got a bit of oversteer, and that's my front wing dinked already, which is not good. And now I've got loads of oversteer into Raskas, and now here comes George flying up the inside. And that was a little bit rude, but he made it work. And I've got an even more damaged front wing now, so I'm going to have to pit. But obviously I couldn't pit that lap because George was in the way on the right-hand side. So unfortunately, that's not gone well at all. And now coming down through Casino Square into Mirabeau, and Luna is going to go flying up the inside. And I don't really have the grip at the minute, or the front downforce. So unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be a difficult race from here on. And the no front wing is really going to hamper my performance, obviously, for this lap. And then I'm going to have to pit at the end of this lap. For the Super Softs, hopefully they'll go to the end. It'll be very close at the end of the race, but if I can make no mistakes, the Super Softs should be able to get to the end. And now through the tunnel, we're trying not to lose a wheel. That would be pretty bad. Now turning down to Novash again, it's actually not too bad because all the corners are low speed. The front wing isn't as effective as the other tracks, but now I've gone flying into the barrier and lost my entire front wing, so now that's not good. I don't have a clue how I didn't actually lose a wheel there, to be honest, but I've just got lucky. And now everyone's going flying past me, trying not to get warnings, because that would be stupid getting warnings when I'm not going any speed anyway. So Surf and the other Torosso of Summon Gymnast went past. I'm going to peel into the pits, and that's going to drop me down into probably last place. But I think someone might have pitted into lap 1, because there's 14 runners, and Warblazer Guns is coming into the pits as well. They're changing the front wing here. And I don't know what's happened, but Warblazer Guns has pulled into his pit on my screen, and the pit crew isn't there, much like in 2016 for Red Bull, and he's completely blocking the pit exit, and I can't leave my pit box, which is great. And I don't know what happened there, but then he's teleported. So yeah, good feature of the game there, that I've been stuck in the box for it was about 10 seconds extra, because the Red Bull was just parked in front of me. I couldn't leave, and then he teleported down the pit lane. So very interesting there, but a bit annoying, but obviously doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, as if I didn't want to have that problem, I shouldn't have crashed, should I? So I'm now in last place by a long way. And yeah, it's going to be a lonely race from here on, but the tyres are freezing cold at the minute, and we've got massive oversteer. Don't hit the barrier there, that was very close, and it's a pretty nice save there, but yeah, this is not going to be an enjoyable stint now on my own at the back, just trying to get side lap times in. You can see lap 5. I've actually caught up to Warblazer Guns again. I think he must have got damaged after pitting early already. And now through the swimming pool chicane, and Blazer Guns is going to go wide into Raskas. I just got the inside. I'm pretty sure he was letting me through, because he's going to he's not actually going to pin. Yeah, he's going to pin into the pits actually on a new map, so pretty sure he had pretty major damage. And now lap 8, and that's a big oversteer moment on the way into swimming pool, and even on the exit, that's a very good save. And I don't know how I've not managed to crash there. And yeah, it's just driving around on my own, just trying to keep it consistent, because the fourth suspect is in the pits now. I think he's on ultra softs maybe. So yeah, he's pitted for his scheduled stop, and that's actually put me up into 12th. And now yeah, I've still just got Sorry Cabbages ahead of me, who has pitted already, but he's going to pit again because I think he must have got damage, and that's me up into 11th place. But my pace actually wasn't too bad, and obviously being on my own means I'm not in traffic, which probably helped. But now you can see Iron Weasel is pitting, and yeah, once all the pit stops go, I should be about 9th, I think. So yeah, it's not been bad pace, and the undercut obviously will be very good. And you can see a Surf in the pits as well. So now we're on to lap 14, and I'm actually, well, lap 19, I'm actually into 7th. There's a few wildcards pitted, and Iron Weasel is right behind me now, unfortunately, and he's on the ultra soft, so he's going to have much better pace. I've gone very wide there, and got a warning for that, and he's actually hit my back end. I'm pretty sure that, oh, that's late. That's a very, very oversteery car. I've got even more damage now. I've got a yellow front wing, but I'm going to carry on, because obviously track position is more important than front wing parts around this track. So Iron Weasel is, I think he must have got damage as well, because that was quite a big hit on my back end through when I was absolutely losing it everywhere. So I don't apologise to him, but yeah, it was completely my fault, but nothing I could do really about it. I just didn't have the control that I should have done. And now I've absolutely bottled it on the inside wall there. Very, yeah, pretty famous thing to do after the YouTube Championship race around Monaco, but I'm just getting oversteer everywhere at the minute. I don't really know what's going on. I think my tyre temperatures must be too high, but Iron Weasel is now right behind me. He's not going to go for it into turn 1 though. But I've completely cut the corner, got even more oversteer there. But we're still in 7th somehow, and Iron Weasel is right behind me, and you see the fourth suspect on the map is not far behind him as well. And now through Casino Square section, we're trying not to hit a wall, as that would be very detrimental, but Iron Weasel is very close. He's almost at the inside there. Is he going to go for it? He's going to go for it, and that's a very nice move if he can hold it, but yes, he does. So Iron Weasel with a good overtake there into Mirabeau, and now through the Lowe's hairpin, nothing much to do there. He's got very wide though, and I think he lost even more wing there. I think he's on the left hand side. So yeah, he's going to have. I think he's got to pit with that amount of damage, and I'm getting even more oversteer. And now through the to back corner, he's got hit the wall again. I'm pretty sure I must have more damage now. And through the second part of swimming pool chicane, let's try and keep it clean. And behind Iron Weasel, I'm pretty sure he's going to pit though. He locks up his front left as well for good measure. And yeah, he is going to peel off into the pit lane. That promotes me back up to 7th place. And yeah, default suspect is now the car I've got to worry about. So I'm just defending basically now. And you can see like 23, I'm actually being lapped. So default suspect already been lapped by the Mercedes, I think it is, of Phenom, who is leading the race. So he's gonna, looks like he's going to have a pretty safe run to victory, but try not to let default suspect through. He thought about going outside there, almost like Max Verstappen in 2015, getting taking advantage of cars being lapped. But luckily we held on to 7th place for the time being. And you can see in the map that Force India just going through the hairpin is TR Dutchman, who is now about to overtake me. But you can see in the map he's quite far behind Phenom, who is the Mercedes ahead, going through the few corners ahead, but Dutchman in 2nd place. So I'm sure he'd take that after a few poor races lately. He crashed out and back. And what is Asurth doing? He's absolutely dived up me inside when I was half around the corner. And Asurth must have damage there. He was right behind me. I think he tried going for a move, but it was way too late. It was never going to work. He must have got pretty heavy damage. But now you can see lap 32. My pace is pretty good, and we have caught up to TRPT. Ethan, who is just ahead of me now. I think he's got damage front wing because I caught him pretty quickly. But no, not long left in the race now. I'm going to the end. I think everyone is at this point, and we're just behind Ethan. So yeah, try and make an overtake, but obviously don't want to go for anything stupid because I'm in a good position for points here in 7th. So I just want to hold it if anything. But now PT is going to go pretty slow through this section. I'm going pretty slow as well though, and Iron Weasel, who pitted earlier, has caught me up again, so he's getting pretty used to seeing the back of my Ferrari at the minute. But Ethan into the Novel chicane, he's on the pad, and that's what happens if you don't turn in. So I'm up the inside on the wheel, and the pad means that you can't turn, and we've taken that position, but unfortunately almost crashing there, and I don't know how I didn't get damage from that, to be honest, but try and get a good traction, and if I can hold the position into the next corner, that should be that move done. And Ethan down into 7th place, but he'd probably take that, to be honest. And now breaking into just outside 100 meter board, and yeah, we've held that position into the Novel chicane. And I think the Iron Weasel had to like cut the corner there, so he's actually overtaken Ethan now, but he's right behind me still. But it doesn't look like there's any chance of him overtaking me. And you can see on the top left, we are 6th place. Phenom has won the race, so congratulations to him. And coming around Rascats now, it's going to be a solid 6th place, which if you told me that on lap 1 when I had red front wing, I would absolutely taken it. So yeah, it's I don't think much else was there for the taking really, because you can see at the end of the race, the gaps were, it was 41 seconds to George. So even if I didn't get the damage, I'm pretty sure 6th would have been the best I could get. So I would absolutely take that. Only 6 seconds of penalties as well, which isn't terrible. Phenom won the race from Dutchman and Ben. So I took home some nice points for Ferrari. As I said, Fred wasn't here this race, so I had to kind of make do with what I had. And that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be bringing out videos for every race I do this season. This has been J183, and I will see you next time.